Are you constantly feeling like you're financially behind and that you're never going to get ahead? Let's just focus on hitting that $10,000 goal. Today, we're going to talk about how $10,000 can change your life. I know $10,000 doesn't seem like it's life changing, like you're not going to retire on $10,000. However, it is a solid foundation for you to build your future financial wealth. So keep watching and let's discuss the 5 life-changing things that happen when you hit this $10,000 mark. We're also going to cover the impact that it has on your mental health. Hi, I'm Stephanie No. I'm a life and mindset coach. I love helping women reach their goals and build their wealth. Keep watching to the end, and you'll see just how much saving $10,000 can change and impact your self confidence and identity. Number one is emergency funds. Did you know that 59% of individuals do not have enough savings to cover an unexpected $1,000 expense? Many of us are just living day to day. We always say we're going to save, but we never do it. Given these uncertain times, this is your push to create that breathing room for yourself. I mean, just think about it: job loss, unexpected car bill, accidents, right? I mean, one of my kids went to the ER, and let me tell you, even with insurance, the bills pile up. It was kind of shocking because they actually asked us for payment before we could be discharged. So you always want to be able to have this cushion. The financial advantage of creating an emergency fund is that you have this fund for just in case. So if an unexpected expense pops up, it doesn't derail all the progress that you've made. The mental health impact that it has is essentially it gives us peace of mind and it reduces our worry and anxiety of if anything happens. Number two is you can clear some of your debt. $17,000 is the average household debt according to the Federal Reserve. Honestly, I feel like that sounds pretty low because some people with student loans, I mean, that can easily balloon up to 100,000 plus. Recently, I received a notice in the mail saying that my credit card APR had just increased to 30%. That is insane. So here's the thing about debt. Most of us, it's not like we plan to get into debt. It always starts off with something small, right? I have a wedding to attend, or why don't we just take this vacation? And then life happens. You start to prioritize your essentials and the necessities. Eventually, your debt balloons and it starts to get out of hand. Imagine if you put these charges on a 30% APR credit card. That's the thing. Like $10,000, yes, it may not seem like much in the grand scheme of things. However, it can be very impactful for clearing high interest debt. Let's talk about the emotional cost of having debt. Most of the times, people who are in debt carry a lot of shame or embarrassment from being in debt. The feeling of shame keeps us stuck in this vicious cycle because when you're feeling ashamed, you typically want to avoid the situation and you're not figuring out a way to reduce your debt. Ultimately, it just feeds into the cycle of your debt ballooning. It's feeling harder and harder to climb out of the hole. And I totally get it. You start to think to yourself, like, what's the point? I'm never going to get out of this debt. And hit that like button if you've been there. However, that's why this $10,000 is so important because not only does it help you clear your high interest debt, but it also can get you back on track with your financial goals. And ultimately, the mental health impact of that is you feel less shame and embarrassment, and therefore you can start to breathe a little easier and start to make some moves with your money that maybe you felt stuck before. Number three is when you save up this $10,000, you become someone different. You now have created a budget, had the discipline to stick to a budget. You've made those hard choices of foregoing the extra night outs or eating out or picking up that extra side hustle to increase your income. What you are doing is practicing these healthy financial habits. And if you've read Atomic Habits by James Clear, he talks about how your habits are basically a reflection of who you currently are. So if you are working towards financial freedom or working on your knowledge of personal finance, then taking these little actions every day builds your new identity. Now you are taking action towards building wealth. The mental health impact of this is you build your confidence, and also now you trust yourself. You know that you can do what you say you're going to do. Ultimately, having greater money confidence can really boost your wealth in the long run. Number 4 is now you have an option to invest. Let's say you set aside the money for your emergency savings and your debt clearance, and you have some on the side. Now we can get into building wealth. You now have the option to decide whether you want to invest those funds. An example is if you invested $10,000 annually at a return rate of 7%, which is pretty conservative, in 30 years you would have just under $1 million, which is pretty incredible considering that you've only contributed around $300,000. The financial advantage of this is let the compound interest work for you. Let that magic work. And you're going to start earning passive income from your investments. The mental health impact of this is that it solidifies your money confidence that you can do this and handle your personal finances. And also, it provides future motivation to keep going. You see your money growing and making money for you. It shifts you from the scarcity mindset of there's not enough to this abundant mindset of anything is possible. And finally, number 5 is aging your money. Aging your money is basically where you use the money that you've previously earned versus the money you bring in today. There's a timing gap between when you earn your money and when you spend your money. Basically, what it means is you are no longer living paycheck to paycheck. And remember what I talked about, your current habits reflecting who you are becoming. So if you want to become a financial savvy person or someone who is dedicated to building wealth, these are the actions that are necessary. Learning to age your money and having that cushion in between when you earn and when you spend, that's a game changer. The financial advantage of learning how to age your money is basically that you're no longer living paycheck to paycheck. You have a larger financial cushion that you've learned to build. The mental health impact of this is you reduce your financial anxiety. Everyone has financial stress and anxiety, even if we don't realize it. And ultimately, what's most important here for your mental health is that you are breaking free of this constant cycle of financial stress. Once you learn how to break this cycle, now you can breathe a little easier. If you want to continue learning how to build your wealth easily, watch this next video.